Mabasa ko, Yasmin.
Multicultural literacy as a set of skills and knowledge is difficult to define because of how it changes depending on the content of the text in which it is discussed. For example, multicultural literacy as defined in American literature is different from how it is deployed in more European contexts.
So, multicultural literacy, ability na makipag-usap or maintindihan, makipag-interact sa ibang tao with different culture. So, it involves being aware sa different traditions, language, customs, and beliefs, at being respectful sa mga ganitong pagkakaiba. So, iba't iba yung perspective na multicultural literacy. Depende ito sa bansa kung nasaan ka. Halimbawa, sa US, ang multicultural literacy ay nagpo-focus siya sa historical at ongoing na racial issues. While sa sa mga bansa kagaya ng Europe, mas nagpo-focus sila sa different languages and cultures since marami ng neighboring countries ang Europe. Pero in both places, same lang siya ng core idea na ang multicultural literacy ay ang makikipag-interact with different people na may different language and culture. In America, multicultural literacy has very strong meanings toward knowing or identifying the full ethnic origins of knowledge, with the express goal of fostering equality, diversity, and social justice. This is in direct response to the Eurocentric and white dominant tradition of education that in the eyes of American cultural minorities is a form of racial injustice. This is very foreign to the Philippine context, which despite having our own deeply ingrained traditions of discrimination, does not have the same issues of discrimination as in the United States, nor the same amount of hostility. So in the American context, ang multicultural literacy ay kalimitang ina-address or kino-connect sa historical at ongoing racial issues. Especially, doon sinasabi na mas dominant daw ang mga white Americans. So nakikita ito ng mga black American or ng ibang race as form of social racism. So sa Pilipinas, meron din namang issue na discrimination at related ito sa social class, regional differences at yung treatment natin or ng ibang tao sa mga indigenous people gaya ng Moro at Tumad. Pero hindi parehong historical context ng racial tension gaya ng sa US. So ang racial discrimination naman dito sa Pilipinas ay nagmula sa colonial history. So, social hierarchy siya rather than binary racial divide gaya ng sa white at black American. Mabasa ako Juliet.
Nevertheless, the fact that the proceeding are multicultural literacy stems from a strong sense of justice for the other, that is any individual group or culture that another individual group or culture considers not of us for any reason cannot be ignored. In our attempts to pin down a functional definition of multicultural literacy for ourselves.
So, the need for multicultural literacy nanggagaling sa desire na i-address yung mga unfair treatment towards sa mga tao na nakikita natin or yung mga tao na tinatawag na different or outsiders. So, this could be individual, groups, or cultures na na-view natin as different or hindi belong sa ating society. So, yung feeling ng injustice or yung feeling na kapag na-feel ng isang group na sila excluded or treated unfairly, isa yun sa reason kung bakit mahalaga pag-aralan ng multicultural literacy. Babasa ako, Sam.
Meanwhile, in Europe, multicultural literacy comes more in the form of intercultural which is defined by loosely presenting and staying up as a state of skills, ability, attitude, personality patterns, etc. Necessary for clear individuals other than our own. Similarly, Quantimeter defines skill as a complex of abilities needed to perform effectively and appropriately when interacting with others who are linguistically and culturally different from ourselves.
So yung ICC or yung International Communication Competence, dinescribe siya ay according to Lucy, Messet, and Steinbach, ang ICC ay combination of different skills at ability na kailangan natin para makipag-communicate or para maintindihan natin yung mga tao with different culture. Tapos inad naman ni Fantini na it's about being able na makipag-interact respectfully or effectively sa mga tao na nagsasalita ng ibang language or galing sa ibang culture. Nagigets po? Next. Angel pa next. Clearly, the broader and more magnanimous European definition of multicultural literacy is more fitting for the Philippine context, even if the exact definition of what ICC consists of is still being hotly debated. For the purposes of this book, it would also be wise to include how justice contributes to literacy. That is, there would be no discussion on multicultural literacy if not for the lack of justice in multicultural discussion or resource. So bakit nga ba natin ulit siya pinag-aaralan or bakit natin ulit pinag-aaralan ng multicultural literacy, Wilmar?
Kasi ano po, as you can see sa mga ngayon, napaka-diverse ng ating community, especially yung ating students. So, it is very important na ma-discuss natin ang multicultural literacy para at least we are literate sa kanila, sa differences in us.
So tama. So sinasabi natin na hindi naman talaga natin siya kailangan or hindi na natin siya kailangan pag-aralan kung ang mga tao ay kumbaga open sila na tanggapin ng ibang culture or open sila for communication, ganan, sa mga tao with different culture. Kasi nga ngayon sa ating generation, halos parang lalo sa social media, parang ino-normalize na yung pagsasabi ng N-word, ganan. Which is, that is form of racism. Next. Mabasa ako ay Arian. So, di ba, sabi ko kanina, ibig sabihin ng multicultural literacy ay yung skills and ability natin na makipag-communicate or makipag-interact sa mga tao with different cultures. So, sinasabi dito na hindi lang daw someone from other country ang ibig sabihin ng different culture. So, pwede din siyang mga tao na may ibang gender, economic background, religious belief, sexual orientation, or kahit yung mga tao na may ibang sense of fashion ay different din sa ating culture. Next. The skills and knowledge required for one to be multicultural literate are not mere language skills. Since it is assumed that some medium of communication already exists between two cultures. Rather, true multicultural literacy consists of perspective, attitudes, and beliefs about other cultures that affect the manner in which we communicate and motives behind their communication. Here are some examples. Next. So, number 1, be selfless. Sinong makakapag-ano sa akin? Sino makakapag-ano? Paliwanag yan. Or kung, yun nga, makakapagpaliwanag ng slide na yan. Rowie.
Babasahin ko muna tayo.
Basahin mo.
Isa, an attitude of selflessness. One that is instinctive to people, especially difficult when one looks out one's family. Di ba alam naman natin na yung idea na selflessness is yung parang altruistic, gano'n. Familiar kayo sa altruistic, di ba? Altruism, mas gusto mo na una yung others, kasi yung others, parang, kunyari, dahil masaya kung hindi ka nila, yung parang dahil masaya kung hindi ka nilibente mo sa kanila, as na ma-provide mo yung kung ano kaya yung ibigay sa kanila, ganun. Parang yun nga, yung naging altruistic ka,
So yun, tama yung sabi ni Lu, and the term selflessness in terms of multicultural literacy, hindi mo pwedeng sundin lang kung ano ang gusto mo, lalo kung may naapakan ka or may nadi-disrespect ka na ibang culture. Hindi pwedeng, halimbawa, gusto mo lang magsuot ng hijab. Alam niyo ba yung hijab? Yung sa mga Muslim. Hindi porket gusto mo magsuot na, susuotin mo na. Without knowing na parang, ano tawag doon? Parang culture ng mga Muslim na magsuot ng hijab and hindi pa kita yung buhok nila. Tapos ikaw na curious ka lang sa pagsusuot noon, basta mo na masuot. Next. Next is that know that good and useful things can and do come from those different from us. Hand in hand with the dismissive attitude toward another culture is the idea that nothing good can come from them. Furthermore, there is a tendency to ignore or outright dismiss evidence to the contrary. Simply acknowledging that good ideas and products have come from cultures we might not like goes a long way in preparing our minds to perceive them as being equally valuable. So, ano naman yan? Yung parang kapag products or ideas na galing from ibang culture, hindi natin tinatanggap. Kasi pakiramdam natin, hindi naman talaga siya mahalaga or walang pakinabang when it comes sa ating culture. Meron ba kayong yung mga products or ideas na galing sa ibang culture or ibang race na hindi natin siya ginagawa or hindi natin wina-welcome sa culture natin? Wala. Okay, wala. Next slide. Yes, Rui.
yung di ba yung sa mga Muslim, sa kanila yung madaming asawa sa kasal ng puwertahan. Hindi as a Catholic, Christian, gano'n, na hindi welcome sa atin yung gano'n kasi nakasal daw sa pananahan. Salamat naman ng asawa.
Yun, pwede nga yan sa mga Muslim. Sa culture ng mga Muslim, kapag ang lalaki ay mapera or kayang bumuhay, hanggang ilan ang asawa ang gusto niya, pwede niyang asawahin. Pero sa paniniwala ng mga Catholic or ng mga Christian Catholic, kapag nag-asawa ka na, yun na, nakatali ka na doon habang buhay. At parang ang dating sa atin ng ganon, is parang kumbaga nakaka-disrespect siya sa atin or sa unang asawa ng lalaki. Kasi nga syempre, nagpakasal kayo, tapos magdadala ka ng ibang babae. Pero sa kultura ng mga Muslim, that's normal, very normal. Number 3, babasa ako Nicole.
Magnanimity, if both of you are willing to give the other what they want, well and true. But what happens when one or both are unwilling to give what the other wants? There must be a compromise, a reciprocal adjustment of demands and expectations to accommodate what the other party is willing.
So ano nga ba yung willing ng compromise, Christian? Ano willing ng compromise? Meaning ng compromise. So, yan. So, kapag nakipag-interact tayo sa ibang tao with different culture, usually both parties ay may kanilang owns and needs. Halimbawa, nakikipag-interact ka halimbawa, may kaklase tayong Muslim. Di ba parang both parties kapag nag-uusap tayo, may mga boundaries dapat. Hindi porket alaw mong sabihin or may freedom of expression expression ka, sasabihin mo na sasabihin ng gusto mo. Kahit alam mo na kapag sinabi mo yung bagay na yun, may madi-disrespect kang tao or may matatapakan ka. So, yun. Next. Accept that there are limits. Babasa ako, Yasmin. Christine.
Accept that there are limits. At some point, however, one or both cultures will be unchanging or unable to adjust their ones for the sake of the other and require them. Beyond this point, the productivity of the interactive graphs and one must either change the purpose of the interaction or walk away, accepting that what one can understand from that particular source attempting towards the other party to adjust when they refuse to do the same only results in misunderstanding or heart and conflict. The sooner we accept things, the sooner we can set realistic expectations of one another.
Ito naman ay pag-accept na there are limits. So, meron talagang times na hindi natin pwedeng pilitin yung tao na gawin yung mga bagay na ginagawa natin. Ang example dito is yung di ba sa mga, saan yung bawal kumain ng dinuguan? Sa INC. Di ba, halimbawa, yung mga INC, bawal sila kumain ng baboy, ganan. Tapos, may times na parang papatikimin mo sila ganan, tapos ayaw talaga nila. Yung iba, kapag ganon, yung parang pinipilit nila yung mga yan sila tumikim kasi parang konti lang naman ganyan. Pag dumating sa point na sabi dito, meron daw talagang limit. Kumbaga pag ayaw nila or kapag hindi kaya tanggapin ang culture nila, hindi natin pwedeng ipilit sa kanila yon. Tapos, ganun din naman sa kanila. Pag ayaw natin or hindi gawain ng culture natin, hindi nila pwedeng ipilit sa atin na pwede yun or okay lang yun. Yun lang po. Thank you. Sunod.